In today's video, I want to share with you some tips and tricks on how you can get better at PvP in Call of Duty Mobile's DMZ Recon. Now you're probably wondering why you would listen to me. And I'll be honest, I'm not the best Call of Duty Mobile player on the internet. But over the last 8 years, I've spent a ton of time playing mobile shooters. Almost like as if it's my full-time job. Which reminds me, thanks Call of Duty Mobile for sponsoring today's video. Download the game using the link below to support my channel. If you're having a hard time staying alive in DMZ Recon, then today's video was made just for you. Smack the like for the algorithm and let's hop into it. Starting with tip number 1, settings. There are a few settings you can adjust that will help you win fights and stay alive. For example, aim assist. You're gonna want to turn this setting off because when you're in an intense fight inside a building or out in the streets, most of the time there's gonna be NPCs around and they could end up being between you and the enemy. So if aim assist is on, it may try to drag your reticle to NPC targets instead of the enemy player, resulting in you missing a ton of your shots. So turn it off and you won't have to worry about this. Another setting that is worth turning off is the auto expand wingsuit. For some reason, this game loves to think you need to pull your wingsuit out just for simply jumping off the curb into the streets. It's really sensitive, which is good for players that like things automated for taking less fall damage. But in DMZ, the fall damage is basically non-existent, and the last thing you want to happen is your wingsuit opening as you cascade down right in front of an enemy player. Trying to jump down from the top of a building onto an enemy and my wingsuit opening up has gotten me eliminated so many times. So turn this off and decide yourself when you want to pull your parachute or wingsuit. And tip number 2, I want to talk about spawn points. Knowing your enemy's spawn points and where they're most likely to rotate to is key to having the upper hand and getting the first shots in a fight. Luckily for us, someone has already made an interactive map for DMZ Recon that I'll leave linked below. Take a look at this map, screenshot it, and study it. This is all the spawn points in DMZ. There are 24 players per match, so that makes 8 trios that need to spawn. But as you can see on the map, there's 17 spawn points. So that means not every spawn point actually has a player there, but it's always good to be aware of where someone could potentially be. Most players on Serpent Island want the weapon case from Quiji at the ship in the north, so you can bet a lot of people are going to rotate there from their spawn points. Another hotspot is all these safes you see marked on the map, especially the ones marked with the small crown. Knowing these spawn points and the hotspots should make it easy to get the upper hand in a fight because you're going to be able to engage first, and catching a team off guard always wins you the fight. Okay, don't comment about my aim. Tip 3 is about utilizing your talent tree's ability. There are currently 3 talent trees in the game, and each tree has an ability that charges up over time. Scavenger has a pro beacon that reveals enemy locations. Assaulter can use rewind to teleport backwards to wherever they were 6 seconds prior. And Medical has a cluster smoke that you can throw down to create a huge area of smoke to obscure your enemy's vision. As you level up these trees, those abilities get even stronger. The pro beacon won't be seeable by the enemies, so they won't even know that you activated one. Rewind will also restore some of your armor when activated, and the smoke cluster reduces damage taken while inside the smoke. But none of this even matters if you don't remember to tap the ability button. So make sure you practice using these skills. It could be the difference between you living or dying. And I'm probably the most guilty of that. I forget to utilize my ability all the time. Tip number 4 is about the armor in the game because there's some nuances to it. In DMZ, you wear armor which comes in a few different tiers. And depending on what map difficulty you're playing, you have to make an important choice. Obviously, you should use the highest tier that map allows, but there's something else you have to decide. Armors have a damage reduction rating for each body part and a certain amount of plates that it can hold. Once your armor's plates are depleted, those body parts no longer have protection. So you have to decide between overall protection but with a low plate number or lower protection with a higher plate number. For example, there's 2 different composite vests. One has extra leg protection but only has 2 plates. So overall it protects more but has less health versus the composite vest that doesn't have leg protection but has 3 plates. In my experience, you're better off using vests with leg armor even though the vest itself has less health. Without the leg protection, you're only a few bullets away from death anyways because those leg shots do damage straight to your HP. And in tip number 5, I want to talk about hunting trios. This wouldn't be a PvP tips and tricks video without me telling you how to actually find PvP encounters. Whether that be because you're a bloodthirsty maniac or so you can avoid it when you're trying to keep a low profile. First, keep an ear open for gunshots in the distance. If you hear shots that aren't shooting at you, that's a clear indicator that there's another player nearby. Use these sound cues to your advantage so you can get the upper hand in controlling an area. Second, you can use the Hunt Squad and Most Wanted contracts to specifically focus on getting into PvP encounters. With the Hunt Squad contract, it will mark the closest trio near you, and you can use this information to hunt them down or stay away from them depending on your current objective. The Most Wanted contract is kind of a different story, but it will ensure PvP because it marks you on the map for everyone to see for a few minutes. And it puts a massive bounty on your head. So if you pick this up, be ready for multiple trios to push you. And another thing about these contracts is if you don't see any more Hunt Squad or Most Wanted missions on the map, that that most likely means everybody's dead. They take them away when the map is empty because there's nobody to hunt you down and there's nobody for you to hunt down. So use that knowledge to your advantage. Well, that's all I have for you today. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any PvP tips that maybe I missed that I could feature in my next video. And if this video helped you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe down below so the channel can grow. Thanks again to Call of Duty Mobile for sponsoring today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.